What is going on, everyone? Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing this week? Boy, we got some redemption to do tonight. we got slaughtered last week, and our stats are not looking good. Our stats are not looking good. I see MJ is in the building. Good evening, MJ. Hope you're doing well. We got Tully back from vacation. Hopefully you can actually catch the ball this week, Tully. I didn't realize when you went on vacation in real life, your Madden character went on vacation. We got my guy, Matt Ramage. We've added Matt to the game. I knew he was going to be swinging in. So he is now our new left tackle. I feel like that was an appropriate spot for him. He can chug beers like David Bakhtiari, so he felt like a good fit. And then we got everyone's, at least from my perspective, the fan Hall of Fame fan Hall of Famer. We got Patrick here. Good to see you, Patrick. No high expectations for Tully. I'm with you. I have no high expectations for anyone in here as far as our players. All right, let's get into this here. We've been running long, so kind of jump in as quick as possible so we can get going. Hey, Patrick, you are my Hall of Famer, man. I'll take it. I got a nice cup of coffee here. We're ready to go. My guy Kirby is not feeling well, so he's not going to be joining us tonight. He did. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I'm pretty sure he told me that the idea of watching me play Madden is making him sick to the point where he can't watch. So, holy jeez, I don't know what happened up there. All right, here we go. Joshua, oh boy, the legend Matt Ramage is here. We're getting him in the lineup. Barbara, good to see you. Hello. All right, let's see. This week's got to go better than the last week. Last week was bad. We had some bad weather, which I don't think helped the case. We're in a dome here. We're kicking off. We need our defense to show up, but really we need our offense to do something. It showed our stats as I was sitting here waiting to go live, and we have the worst offense in the NFL. I think part of that is the fact that we have short quarters. I do 6-minute quarters, and they're fast because we do a season. What am I doing? I got to do before we can get too far into Madden. We got to do the giveaway link, guys. You're making me slip here. I'm slipping. Here's that giveaway link. If you're new here, if it's your first time here, fill that out just one time throughout the show. I'll post it multiple times, but just fill that out one time for me. And then I will be drawing the winner later on in the evening towards the end of the show. So fill that out for me. And here we go. Matt says, don't suck. I will be sucking. That is a guarantee. Matt, I could have made you a D tackle. That might have been a good spot for you. I do need a good left tackle. So I think having you as my left tackle is only going to boost the line. My offense has been getting bullied. It doesn't help that I have receivers who can't catch the ball, but that's besides the point. Feel free to drop some comments. Questions. We're going to be answering any questions you have. Could be outrageous, could be about football, life, whatever you want to do. Feel free to ask away. Let's just have some fun. Watch me lose that Madden. Feel free to make fun of that too while you're here. We need some playmakers here. Where are our playmakers at? Look at that. 3 and out to start the day. We are doing good. Patrick says, can I go back to back to back? I mean, it is possible, Patrick. We don't get a ton of, it's the off season, so we don't get a ton of people hanging out. So your odds increase as far as winning a prize. So wouldn't surprise me, man. I should have waited to send your Gilly until we did the drawing. MJ says, should move the Xbox downstairs to eliminate the lag. I really should. I don't play my Xbox much anymore. The bigger thing is I need to, not only do I need to play the Xbox, but I need to have it on my PC because I need to stream it. So I'm going to have that lag regardless. I'm sure there's ways around it. I just haven't looked into it any further. So Joshua says, first play, you should do a flea flicker. I don't know how to, I'm sure it's possible, but I think the only bright spot in our offense, honestly, has been MJ. MJ's been stellar as a running back for us. More than I can say about my receivers, that's for sure. Dakota, Nope, Dakota can't catch. It's fine. It's fine. Receivers can't catch. Ron's here stuck doing it all himself. Look at Matt, number 71. He's got my blind side. Throw a pick. Why not? Let's start the day with it. See, this is what happened last week, too. All right. Well, I guess that just shows that I should be hitting up MJ a little bit more. I need to stop. That is my biggest flaw with Madden is the fact that I'm not patient with the ball. I just want to throw it. I don't like running the ball, even though I can be effective with the run. I just like to throw. I'm not a very balanced Madden player. It's always been my flaw. All right, let's do something here. Joshua, ooh, we definitely sucked on that one. Man, am I that bad at Madden? I used to be really good. I promise. I used to be good at Madden. Matt says, I want to turn this off. You suck. Frankly, I don't blame you, man. I used to be really good at Madden, and I just, you have a kid and then you don't play anymore. And before you know it, it's just, you lose it all, right? And then I have the leg on top of that. I'm blaming it as well. How's the week going for you guys? I remember back in, I've told kind of the story about how Desmond Bishop became my favorite player, right? I told that one. I remember when in 2009 I played him in Madden, and that was an interesting experience because he beat me both times. The one time he really rocked me, but he would always play as a linebacker and just called audibles and was adjusting everything at the line and really kept me on my toes with the defense he was running. The second time I played him, I think we went to overtime or he beat me just before, like on the final like seconds of the game. But he was also talking to his wife his now wife at the time. And so I feel like he was distracted on the phone while playing me in Madden and still beat me. That's also my other excuse I'm going to use is the fact that I'm interacting with the chat. I'm reading chats while I'm trying to play Madden. So those are my excuses. I'm sticking to it. But it is, and I have a defense that can't catch a turnover. That's another excuse. Joshua says, have you been to Al's Hamburger? I have been to Al's Hamburger. I've been there. Man, I went there one time a long time ago. I thought it was really good. It's a super cool vibe. It's very like you sit at the counter, you're sitting on a bar stool at the counter, which is really fun. And it's been around forever. It's been in Green Bay forever. So it's a super cool spot. It's like it kind of looks out of place because of the fact that there's buildings that are kind of built up around it now a little bit. I mean, it's Green Bay. They're not like built up, but and then you have this old hamburger shack that's kind of in the middle of them. So it feels out of place, but it's a really cool vibe. I haven't been in a minute. I should probably go back if we're being honest, because it has been so long. Sway, Coda, and Ron are here. Now the offense is showing up. Dakota, I was already cussing you out a little bit because you're pulling a Kirby this week and dropping everything. So once again, Ron's just trying to do it all. Ron's always stuck kind of trying to do it all here. Let's see here. All right, 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can't pick one up. Nope. I think Matt just got walloped on that. Matt, you got walloped on this. I don't care. Get me out of this. Don't care. Okay. Look at Matt. Supposed to be my stud left tackle here, chugging beers, doing good things. What was that, Matt? How am I going to win games with Matt on skates like that? How am I going to win games? I've seen Matt in real life. His athletic ability is off the charts. That would have been an easy stop for him. Pretty disappointing, if we're being honest. MJ says, top 3 family vacation spots you've been to or would like to be with your family or like to go to with your family. Um, we haven't been a ton of places quite yet. We just went to the Dells not long ago, which was a blast. My son had such a fun time at the Dells. He just loved swimming and doing all the fun stuff. But I'm trying to think if there's would love to take him to Europe sometime. My wife and I went to Italy for our honeymoon for like 10 days and had an absolute blast. Would love to do that again and bring our son, but you know, stuff's expensive. So but I would probably say, I think we'll do the Dells again. I think our plan is to do the Dells every year because it's a couple hours away and it's a lot of fun. And then hopefully Europe sometime. And I'd like to get them out to Phoenix sometime as well because I've been out there a couple times now, and I always enjoy going out to the mountains, out to the West Coast there. Um, Matt says, "Why you run up, roll left?" um, yeah, as Matt gets juked out of his shoes, it's on me. Yep, you're right. It's my fault. I don't know if I need to adjust my difficulty levels. I used to be able to play on this difficulty, and it was like no problem. But I feel like my offense is just sluggish. Probably because my receivers can't catch, can't get open, can't block. Offensive line's trash. Matt's out here drinking beers. At least we got Steven showing up here. I thought that was Steve for a second. I thought it was 94, but it was 54. At least we had Steven showing up. MJ says we're going to Washington Island for the first time in July for a week. Oh man, that'll be a blast. Matt says I think you might suck, dude. I know I might suck at Madden. I feel like I used to be pretty strong at Madden, and now I don't know where it's going. In fairness, the Vikings are 4-1 in the season, so I'm partially blaming it on that too. But I feel like they've really adjusted a lot of the audibles, like the pre-snap motions, compared to previous years in this one. How come their receivers catch everything and mine do not? Like if that were my receiver's 100% dropping that. I'm 100% he's dropping that. We need our defense to start showing up. Just picking me apart. Unbelievable. At least I got some good coffee. Well, I guess it's as good as it can be. It's decaf, but it's as good as can be. All right. We got a sack here. Oh, that's Casey, my guy Casey. 3rd and 11. Are we going to do the typical Packers defense here and let them just pick up the easy first down? And yes, we are. Who said Madden wasn't realistic, right? 3rd and 11. I'm surprised I didn't give up 12, to be honest with you, but the touchdown is just as appropriate. Just as appropriate. And then we get a roughing the kicker. It's like Rich never left. We are just getting rocked. I got Matt fired up in here. I need Matt to take over, I think, so I can make fun of him. I'm going to turn it to a rookie next week so I can just annihilate. All right, we need to do some big things here. Will we do big things with Matt protecting our blind side? I don't know. We'll see. I got to be honest with you, Patrick. You said your Hall of Famer is not looking like a Hall of Famer. I don't think any of my players are looking like a Hall of Famer. Oh, Tully finally showed up. Back from vacation, decided to catch one for us. All right. See if we can't get Kirby on one. We got Dakota over the shallow crossing, but Wise open again. Tully back to back, out of bounds again. All right, Tully. All right. We got Matt finally doing some blocks here for us. Maybe we can get something going. We're definitely not doing a play action. They're not going to fall for a play action. Matt actually holds a block. We got Ron with wheels. Get out of bounds, Ron. Let's go. Yep. Tully shows up in the domes. That's the only time he shows up. He can actually catch the ball in the dome. We're gonna try to get a little screen action out to MJ. Didn't go the greatest, but we got a few timeouts. I think the hope is we can at least put some points on the board before we go into halftime, since we are getting the ball back at half. Like even these, I can't call a lot of the same audibles I used to. Like I used to be able to up look at this dome merchant here. I used to be able to kind of adjust at the line of scrimmage pretty nicely. And now I don't even know a lot of those pre-snap. All right, come on, guys. I think we're gonna run this one. MJ gets this, right? I think MJ gets this. Look at that. MJ gets us on the board. Nice drive. Tully decides to catch a few. Let's see if Dakota can make this. These get hard because I have a leg. So I have to like anticipate pressing it early, which makes it even harder. Oh, there he is. We got our coach here, Coach Jordan. The fact that Ben's letting Vikings roll over the Packers just makes me think Green Bay guy secretly enjoys Vikings and all the news press they get. Hey man, you're the coach. All right. This feels to be on you. That last series I took over play calling and we had some success. I've been running the coaching plays. I don't want to blame anyone here, as I've been blaming everyone every single series. We got at least MJ decided to show. MJ and Tully were huge on that drive. Ron had a big scramble. Matt actually blocked for once. That was a good drive. Maybe we can piece that together. All right. Gotta ride that momentum here. Gotta ride it. Try to do something with it. Feels like we have Rich as our special teams coordinator still. Jordan must not have let him go on the staff. See, look at what Jordan's trying to get me to call here. Just trash. All right. I'm gonna have to take over, I think, play calling. When you have a coach calling as poorly as Jordan, although this looks like a poor play call, but we'll see. If Matt could do his job, he did. Look at that. We had some progress there. Progress. Let's see if we can't get a play action off of that. This isn't going to go well, but we'll see. Tully's down there somewhere. Oh, man. All right. 3rd and 3. I'm all right with that. Not the spot you want to be in, of course, but we'll see. We'll see. Matt been a wimp since 2021. All right, we had to do a secure catch, right? We had to pick it up. We could have picked up more yardage. We just needed to pick up a first down. We don't need to get greedy. We just need to keep it going. Matt says I'd be up 20. All right, you're welcome to join me next week, man. Welcome to join me. All right, we need to keep. We have a good momentum going here. If Coach Jordan would call some good plays, I think we're going to feel good about this. Oh gosh, Matt whiffed on that one. Holy cow, Matt, you got rocked. That is not a good. That is not an ideal spot. That's for sure. In fairness to Matt, I probably shouldn't have ran outside like that. But Chad says, burning hot questions. Any thoughts on that charter bus accident over by Bay Beach? I honestly didn't see anything about it. I have zero idea what you're talking about. Oh gosh. At least they dropped it. I have no idea. I didn't see anything about charter bus or anything like that, so I have no idea. Unfortunately, it happened. I That's too bad though. Okay. Okay. You know, Matt, that's a good question. I don't know why he's struggling so much. He's 85 overall. It's not like you're a scrub. Um, I'm gonna juice you up next week. I'm gonna Yep. We still got Rich as our special teams coordinator here. Next week you're gonna come out being 99 overall left tackle. You're gonna just be juiced up, man. All right. We need another defensive stand here. Getting to the quarterback, just not getting there. Can we get a turnover one time, please? Making me look bad. I've seen your athletic abilities, Matt. I know you're better than that. Don't worry. And for what it is, I'm glad the games are at least like somewhat competitive, or like, I'm glad we're not just blowing them out every single week. I think it would be not the most fun if we were just coming in here and dominating every week. I want a little bit of frustration, but those open field tackles, those get really difficult with the delay on my controller, or with the lag, I should say, on the game, because I can't react the same way. So then I try to like over pursue rather than under pursue. All right. Look at that. Got him off the field, but they're gonna go for it. Really? They're gonna run the quarterback sneak, I bet. Jeez. Look at this. Chad said apparently the bus driver hadn't had a valid license for 9 years, came off 43, blew a stop sign, went all the way across both lanes, hopped a curb. Whoa. No, I hadn't heard about that at all. Hopefully everyone's okay. That sounds scary. Oh geez. Patrick says, what's one bold prediction for the season that our fans aren't ready to hear yet? What is one bold prediction that our fans aren't ready to hear yet? You know, I think maybe here's my bold prediction. There we go. Steve's in the building. Let's go 94. I think Malik is going to maybe struggle a little bit more in Miami. Now, this isn't a Packers prediction, but I think he's going to struggle a little bit more in Miami than a lot of people think he's going to right now. I see a lot of people think that we should keep Malik and get rid of Jordan and all this other stuff. So I think he's gonna be in with a defensive coach. Little bit of turnover. Now they've done some good things this offseason. So maybe they'll put him around some stuff, but I think given if he's the full starter, I think there's going to be a lot of I think that he's just going to have maybe a little bit of a tough go at times, which hopefully can bounce back on. But I just I don't know if he's going to be like what everyone's hyping him up to be. Man. That one was on me. I'm getting a little too gun shy sometimes. All right. MJ's the only one showing up. MJ's the only one getting something going. We need all right, we need 7. All right, let's call this. Oh, I sailed it on him. He had him. That was a rare run. On run. 4 minutes in the game. Let's see if our defense can't at least create a turnover for us. MJ says if he starts as full starter, it'll be ugly year until he gets to know everyone and gets settled in. I also think that, having Matt, I know a lot of people dog on Matt, but Matt's ability to kind of run offensive schemes and get players, kind of performing makes him like very, I missed him completely. Makes him like a great asset for a quarterback like Malik. Now, Malik has a lot of skills that he brings to himself, right? Like his ability to get out of a pass rush, all that stuff. Like I think Malik does a lot of really good things, but Matt can also drum up a lot of play calling that helps. And I think when you have a defensive head coach, it makes it a little bit more difficult in that regard, but we'll see. We'll see. Patrick says, be honest, are the Packers actually Super Bowl contenders right now, or are we still a year away? I just don't want to admit it. Granted, we are still one of the youngest teams in the league. I think a lot of that obviously depends on the value that you can get out of your guys that you've drafted in previous years. See if some of those guys can kind of take that next step. See what you can get out of someone like a Matthew Golden, if he can kind of jump into that role. I think the nice part about the Packers roster, right? If you're talking, prior to Tucker going down and prior to Micah going down, Wyatt going down, like there's a lot of optimism that team could be a Super Bowl caliber team, right? They were in Denver, putting up a fight against Denver and then things kind of started spiraling from there. You had Micah go out. We lost Tucker previous to that or prior to that. So I think the Packers are, the beautiful thing is the Packers, I feel like, are going to be contenders. We have a lot of guys that are going to be bouncing back off coming back off of injuries. The Micahs, he probably won't be ready for the season start. So it just depends the start you can get on the season, and hopefully see those guys come back earlier at a point where they're going to be ready to play. But when Micah comes back, it's not like he's going to be 100% right off the rip, right? They're going to be kind of rotating him around like we've seen. So I do think talent-wise, I think they're going to be able to do it. It's just, can they put the pieces of the puzzle together with it? But I'm a homer. I'm always going to think that my Packers can win a Super Bowl. Should I have called this or snapped that? Yeah, why not? We got Kirby actually showing up. 2-minute warning, 7-10. Packers are driving. Can we put something on the board here? 1st and 10. Tough part is like you don't want to do it too fast, because if we go too fast, then we're giving them a lot of time left, and I don't know how our defense is, but we've made some progress. Let's call this run. I feel like this might be all right run. All right, 2nd and 1. Keep an eye on the clock. I'm certainly not wanting to play for overtime. I probably won't be able to hit a field goal anyway because of the leg or the delay I deal with. So I don't want to even try that. 11 yards. All right. Are they going to start calling timeouts here soon? All right, stop. Can we get on with our day? Clock's still running. 1 minute left. MJ's getting tired. Coach isn't really calling us any good plays. All right, now we got to kind of start paying attention to the clock a little bit more. I'm so bad at scoring in these situations. Kirby, let's go. Let's go. Attaboy, Kirby. He's not even here. And that was a dart from Ron. Let's go. 4-point game. 20 seconds left. Look at that. Look like vintage Raj right there. Raj Tate. Except our kicker here is number 12 or whoever this guy is, because that's not our kicker. All right. Hey, these are the fun things. Like, yeah, we have things go poorly, but maybe we can get out of this one. Maybe we can get out of this one. So they need a touchdown. Can't get a field goal, which is good. I'm glad I actually made the kick. Can't let too much going on. We got to get some pass rush going. Yeah, throw it shallow, and you dropped it, you bum. Let's keep it deep going. Back these guys up. Give them the old Dom capers. Give them the old Dom capers. Take all the time you want. Don't even tackle them. Just let them keep running. All right, I think we need to do. Are we too early to do? Let's see. Coach is telling us to do this. I didn't know if we're too early to do prevent. Yeah, no miracle today. That's what I'm saying. All right, get back here, guys. Yeah, you can have that. Now we're going to do a prevent. Actually, rather than doing a prevent, let's do a hot blitz. We're not even going to let them get to. Didn't want to let them even get time to throw it. There we go. Packers move on to 4-2, and the Vikings fall to 4-2. Let's go. That was a fun one. That was a fun little series here. Ron's celebrating with the boys. Mike says, "What system are you playing on?" I am on Xbox Series X, but I'm. Look at that! What a play! Woo-hoo-hoo. You love to see it. This is there. All right. we don't need to see that. All right. All right. Let's get this thing finished off. I don't know who we are playing next week. I gotta close. Is this still recording? I've been having issues. Yeah, my screen captures aren't really working. I don't know what's going on here, but that's all right. Port wine, cheese, and some wheat thins to celebrate. Ron, what a dart from you, man. I don't care about these rewards. Jeez. All right. Let's take a look here. We are going to be playing the Giants next week. How's the division looking? NFC North. We got to be tied for first. Oh, look at that. Tied for first, I think, with the tiebreaker now that we beat the Vikings. So our offense is sluggish for sure. All right, let's do here is that giveaway link. If you have not entered, feel free to do that. We're going to draw a winner for that towards the tail end of the show. We are doing our other thing. So here, if you're new here, if it's your first time watching, we have two different things going on. We play one game, and then I'm exclusively GM for the next thing. So we draft, we do free agents, and we're trying to win a Super Bowl. We've put together some good teams, and we cannot get over the hump. My thought with this was everyone acts like it's so easy to be the general manager of the Packers and just to win Super Bowls. So we are trying it. We have had terrible luck. Right now, Micah Parsons did not agree to our contract. He's going to be hitting free agency, so we need to re-sign him. But before we do any of that, I need to say thank you to my friends over at Nicolet Law. They're the ones that make these giveaways possible. They're a proud sponsor of the show. And yeah, if you're dealing with an injury or insurance, let me start that over. Tongue-tied here. If you're dealing with an injury and insurance companies are already giving you the runaround, Nicolet Law can help. They're a personal injury law firm rooted right here in the Midwest, serving the communities they live in. Nicolet Law explains your options, handles the insurance companies, and fights to make sure you're treated fairly. No upfront costs, no getting paid unless you win. And reach out to Nicolet Law at 1-855-NICOLET or nicoletlaw.com. So shout out to them. We have some work to do here, guys, because Micah is hitting free agency. We obviously need him back. He did not like the offers we were offering him. Who is going to be winning the Super Bowl here? Let's see here. So I don't care about any of this stuff. I think I missed yearly awards, but that's fine. Nope, they're right here. Yearly award. Joe Burrow wins the MVP every single year in Madden. I don't really understand it, but every single year he wins MVP. NFC though, we have Amon St. Brown as the offensive player of the year, Jared Verse as the defensive player of the year, Jared Brown as the rookie of the year, Easton Mitchell as the rookie of the year. Our defensive player that we selected came in second, so some promise there. Best QB was Michael Penix Jr. That's wild. Running back, boy, our guys aren't even up here, so that's a shame. We need to get some playmakers here. All right, let's head into the off season. Well, wait, who's in the Super Bowl? I missed that. Super Bowl, the Seahawks and Jaguars. Let's see who we got as a winner here. Seahawks won the Super Bowl 38-22. All right, let's get into this free agency. We need to sign Parsons. I think we're going to still have some money to play with. I don't think there's anyone else. We could franchise tag him. I don't know what the cost of that would be. $68.3 million. No chance we're doing that. Our cornerback, 26-year-old cornerback. How do we miss this guy? I think we need to try to sign this guy to see if we can't get him to a little bit of an aggressive offer here. Sweet. Well, that's good. I think anytime you can get a stud corner and lock him down. Tight end, Ben Hendricks, 85 overall. I think we're going to try to make him an offer. He's not interested in signing. Maybe we can get him in free agency. All right. I think the rest we can let walk. But let's see what we got. See if we can't get Micah. I'm not paying him $68 million for a single year, though. That's for sure. All right. Sign free agents. What do we got to play with money-wise? We have $116 million. He's not really interested in coming with us. Let's see. I don't remember what we were going to offer him before. But what do we think here? You think we can get him for $50 million a year? I don't know. Jeffrey Simmons, where's that tight end? Let's see if we can't re-sign him. I don't know if we'll be able to get him or not. Ideally, would like to, but we have some money to play with. So we have $54 million. Depending on if we get Micah, we might even have even more than that. But there's not. Boy, this is an interesting prospect. $19 million a year for a young defensive tackle. All right, you think we got Micah? Let's see where we're at here. Are we? Yeah, we're the top by far for offering a contract. So we need to get Micah. We need Micah. All right, sign free agents. I probably way overpaid. I don't know if we got him or not. We got him. So, and we got that D tackle. Interesting. Okay. He has not signed with anyone yet, and we're the only ones interested in him. So that's all right. What do we need? All right. So we need a Will, free safety, Mike, left tackle, right tackle. We drafted a left tackle not long ago. Let's see. And then there's another left tackle there, 91 overall, 31 years old. I could probably move one of these guys to right tackle. I don't know that I can afford him. Oh, he's already off. He's already signed with someone. Okay. 32-year-old right tackle, going to be getting $20 million a year. Probably can't afford that. We need a Mike linebacker. We need a free safety. He's going to be getting $10 million a year. Let's see if we can't offer him a 1 year just to get him going. And we're not gonna spend too much more time, I don't think, in here. We're gonna try to hit the draft here in a second so we can see if we can actually make some progress on things. But 84 left tackle, 23 million a year. We only have 25 million. So I think our spending's done. See if we got anyone else. We'll go to the final recap, but then we're going to get into the draft. Sweet. We got that tight end as well. Probably overpaid for him, if we're being honest. Got Minka Fitzpatrick, Matt Dell, that defensive tackle, X Factor. I'm surprised we got that. So we need a Mike backer. We need we got a free safety. We need a right tackle. Let's see what we can get in the draft here. I don't care. The Chiefs have the first overall pick and the Bears have the second overall pick. All right, let's see what we got. Quarterbacks. Now this is interesting because we just locked Jordan on a contract. So we don't need a quarterback. We need a right tackle. How's this guy looking? Not great. So we're not going to reach there. I think we need a will linebacker. He's fast. Elite change of direction. I think I might have to I don't know. Let's look at some of these physicals. I feel like we always try to do this. And elites. I think this is that will. All right, we're going to take this guy. Whatever. We're not going to spend too much time with it. Not too bad. Okay. I feel like we always you could sit here and draft until you're blue in the face and really hyper-analyze it, but for the sake of our lives and sake of things moving forward, I don't think that's the route to go. Not good here. I think we all just want to see if we can't put something together. So I think that's the biggest thing here. It's quarterback. I mean, he's elite across the board, good speed, elite. I don't need a quarterback though. But I don't know. And I don't think I'm in a spot where I can get rid of Jordan without eating a ton of cap. He's round 3 to 4 talent. Is this? Yeah, I can't take a round 3 to 4 talent right now. It doesn't look like he's a. Look at this guy. All these elites down here. What is this? Tight end? We're taking that guy. I don't know what we got going on, but he's elite. 31 value. All right, that's a solid pick. Now keeping that other tight end kind of looks silly, but you don't know these things, right? Nathan says, yeah, you're right. Nathan says best time to draft QB is when you don't need one. The only flaw to that logic is that my quarterback is still relatively young. I think I don't really know. We have to be 6 years ahead in the future now, so he's getting older for sure, but he's still pretty young. But yeah, you're not wrong. All right, we're gonna take this right tackle. We need a right tackle. Joshua, that was not a good pick. That was not a good pick. Joshua says, if you didn't live in Green Bay, where else would you live? If I don't think I'd mind living in, I think where I would live if I didn't live in Green Bay would probably be the Madison area. I really like the Madison area. My wife has some family down in that area. So I think that wouldn't be too bad of a spot. What is this, tight end? I don't need another tight end. I also really if I had to leave the state of Wisconsin as a whole, I think I would probably do was it Joshua or MJ? I think said last week you said just to let the computer pick for you. So we're going to do that. We're going to advance one pick. If I had to leave the state itself, I would probably do Pittsburgh. I really like Pittsburgh. I've been there a handful of times now. Well, maybe not a handful. I've been there a few times now, and I love every single trip to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's just been a great city for me. A lot of fun places to eat, a lot of places kind of see, things to do, all that fun stuff. So I would definitely choose Pittsburgh. I feel like the cost of things isn't too crazy either, which is really nice. So I don't know. What around it doesn't. Yeah, you can find some decent guys here, but I don't want to harp on this too much. We got to see where we're at here. See some greats, some solids, some goods. This defensive tackles. Joshua says, "Are you going to Pittsburgh for the draft?" Unfortunately, not. I wish I was. If I didn't have my little man, I'd maybe consider it a little bit more. But I don't want to go over all the way to Pittsburgh without and bring him. That'd be a long travel. And then I also, I don't want to. We did the draft last year, so if we didn't do the draft last year, then maybe it's something that we would have considered a little bit more. But because the draft last year was in our, I'm going to just sim the rest of the draft. That's fine. Because the draft last year was in Green Bay. There was really, we indulged in it, right? So there's no big incentive. I would say if you've never been to the NFL draft, I would say definitely go check it out. The draft last year was an absolute blast. It was so fun to be just mingling with all the Packer fans. There was a lot of good vibes all around. We had fans from all over the place, and obviously opposing fans and fans from all over the NFL. The vibes were great. I think one person got kicked out the entire time we were there. I had such a blast. I really hope Green Bay gets the draft again. It was an experience I'll never forget. It was also very cold and kind of miserable at times. Friday we got there and we went there early, and it was raining, and so I made the mistake. I should have worn my winter boots. I was like, I'm not going to. It's whatever. It's not that cold. But then my shoes got wet, which then I had wet shoes for like 12 hours as I was kind of running around. So Jordan's been in the league now 10 years. So maybe after this contract, we'll look at re-upping him. So we are going to jump ahead to mid-season. While we're doing that, let's post that giveaway link one more time. We're going to be drawing that giveaway winner here soon. So if you have not entered, feel free to do so. All right, we're at week 1 of the NFL. If I were doing this and like actually taking my time with it, I'd be going week by week just to see if there's any injuries that are derailing us. So we're going to stop right here just to see who our free agents are. Not free agents, but who are, I guess people who are going to be free agents. Center is going to 85 overall. We don't have a ton of cap. We've kind of overspent on things. Strong safety. The nice part is it doesn't look like we have a lot of guys that we are in desperate need to re-up. So we got that going for us. Maybe, I guess this is a free agent, but he's on his rookie deal yet. Chad Jowers. So I think we have only one guy that we need to look at potentially signing. See if we can't get him for that. All right, he didn't like that, so that's fine. Advanced week. Let's just jump to the playoffs. That's fine. Let's see where we're going to be at. I didn't even check to see what our record was. I don't know if you guys did or not, but start getting ready for this giveaway. Maybe tonight is the night we'll win the Super Bowl. I don't even know where we're at record-wise, though, when I stopped. So, 18 mock drafts. All right, 10-7. We are hosting the Falcons in the wild card. Are we going home right away? And we did. We lost 21-14. Man, what do we need to do? Who got injured here? Xavier McKinney. What do we need to do? I feel like we put together a decent squad. Like, look at these overalls: 89 offense, 91 defense. Or no. 89 overall, 91 offense, 89 defense. What do we need to do? That's a solid squad, and we cannot get back. We cannot get past the wild card, which is wild to me. All right, let's do this giveaway here. If you haven't entered, now's the time. We're gonna share this window here. Let's get this form going. I don't know. I don't know what we need to do. I don't know if we need to try to go all in on it. We don't have a ton of cap space. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'm glad I'm not Brian Gutekunst, that's for sure. Bonus one tonight. We will give a bonus. I didn't even announce that we're doing a bonus one. That's my bad. But I think we're gonna give it to, let's see here. Joshua, you were hammering out some questions. I'll throw the bonus in for you. So you get the bonus tonight for asking all the good questions. Good luck, everyone. Let's get this wheel shared. You know, like we said, Patrick's going for the hat trick here. Let's see what we got. See, the beautiful thing is, you know, if you're here supporting even in the off season, there's only a handful of entries. There's not a ton of them. So Godspeed, everyone. Here we go. Joshua making use of his extra one. I don't know if that's technically his extra one since I doubled it, but Joshua, give me a number 1 through 50, up or down if you could, please. I know you're still here, so 1 through 50. We're going to see what you won. Joshua, 1 through 50, my friend, up or down. Otherwise, I'm going to have to redraw in a couple minutes. 21 down. There he is. All right. Before I do this, I want to say thanks again to my friends over at Nicolet Law for making these possible. I won't be able to do these giveaways if not for their support. So a huge thank you to them. 21 we got here. Can't really see it. It's going to get blown out. Yeah, George, you were close, man. You were close. Joshua, you snagged yourself. You're going to be able to see it. $25 Packer Pro Shop gift card. Congratulations. I'll shoot you. I don't know if I still have your address or not. I'll shoot you an email or shoot me a message on Facebook if you'd like to. That way I can get that shipped out. My hope is to get it shipped out to you, and I owe Patrick his from last week. Get that shipped out to you guys this week. We actually made really good time tonight. We flew by on things. So we're a little early, but that's all right. You know, the last couple of weeks we've ran late, so not a bad thing to wrap up a little early tonight. We got a good dub against the Vikings, and I hope to see you guys here same time, same place next week. Appreciate you guys hanging out, interacting. Appreciate your comments, all that fun stuff. And until next week, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week, and go Pack Go.